Hey guys, Rusty over here, and today I want to talk about the Battle for Azeroth pre-patch, what I think of it, my personal problems with it. Now, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, pretty much just the pre-patch came out for the most part, but if you watched any of my other videos, you know I'm a lazy fuck. But, I'm finally making it, so let's get started. The first thing I do want to actually talk about is the actual launch day of the pre-patch, you know, that shit show. It took, I don't even know how long, like 8 or 10 extra hours to even log onto the server, you know, from how long they said it would take. It took way longer than it should have taken. But to be honest, guys, it's patch day. There's almost always problems with patch day. And to be honest, I was okay with it. Well, not to say that was, of course, I'd rather there not be fucking problems, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal that it took that long to actually log onto the servers and play the game. Shit's gonna happen. Blizzard fixed it. We eventually got into the servers. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Alright? Now, the main thing for me personally, and this is why I want to talk about this thing, I guess technically second, but also kind of first, is the legacy loot system. First, I do want to mention that, you know, going into the world of forced personal loot with Battle for Azeroth, thank fucking Lord Ian Azakosis for legacy loot system, because having forced personal loot for all the old raids and getting like 2 items from raids and not even in dungeons, even not even having a chance to not even get an item, that would be fucking awful and probably would have killed transmog runs for myself and for a lot of other people. So overall, I do think the legacy loot system is very good, of course. Now, I do have one problem with it. Now, the way it stands currently, let's talk about for the BFA pre-patch. Warlords of Draenor content is currently not on legacy loot system. Why is it like that? Because the way it works is it's only for content that you are 11 or more levels higher than. So for Warlords of Draenor, that is obviously level 100 content, we're level 110. That is 10 more, not 11. So therefore, Warlords of Draenor content will not work for legacy loot mode, which I think is absolutely fucking stupid. Like, why not? I honestly thought this was a fucking typo in the pre-patch when I first read this, until it was talked about in the Q&A with Ian. Now, why is this a thing, guys? I just don't understand why it is. If someone could solo old content from the previous expansion, like Warlords of Draenor, why can't you just leave the legacy loot mode on for them? Is it hurting the game? I don't think this is causing any problems for the game whatsoever. Now, what Ian said during the Q&A, how for most people, which I kind of agree with, that previous expansion content is still completed, say, in groups of like 2 or 3, because maybe some people are under gear, they have fucking normal mode gear and not mythic gear. Fine, I kind of get that, that's true. But why wouldn't you just leave legacy loot mode on? Is leaving it off for them, like, benefiting them somehow? Is it hurting the game for people to actually be able to solo old content like that? I just don't get it. That's my only problem with legacy mode, though, guys. I truly do think it should just be kept on for every single raid, obviously excluding the ones from the current expansion. That'd be stupid. But now, a lot of people's argument for this, or I guess counter-argument, is that, oh, don't worry about it. It'll go away once BFA comes out. Warlords of Draenor will be on legacy loot mode. Yeah, you're right. But then Legion content's not going to be on legacy loot mode. I think it's just absolutely fucking dumb, guys, and it should just be kept on for all legacy content. Basically everything that's not the current expansion. That's my personal biggest problem with the pre-patch, but of course, there are others, like, for example, although I guess this next one is kind of BFA and pre-patch related. The GCD change, personally for me, it just doesn't feel good. This is kind of a smaller one, but I do want to get this over with because it is a problem with me. This GCD change, it just feels so much slower for my character. I played a Demon Hunter, for example. I have to, when I'm about to pull, I pre-pot, I have to Arcane Torrent. Seconds earlier, now I gotta wait, now I got a Nemesis, now I got a Meta. It just feels so much slower and does not feel as good. And honestly, it makes my character feel weaker. I know I'm not weaker because of this, but it makes me feel weaker, and that's a big part for me. Overall, though, I just don't like it, but that's just kind of a small one for me. I'll get over it eventually, I know me. Although, personally, I think it should just never been a thing. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, why I think BFA pre-patch is kind of blows, especially compared to the Legion one, is the quest content and the story. Obviously, guys, the BFA pre-patch was not as good as the Legion pre-patch, or is not as good as the Legion pre-patch. The Legion pre-patch brought the Legion invasions, it was fucking amazing. Dude, seeing all freaking your buddies in the group just flying through fucking Northern Barrens, flying through Dun Moreau, killing demons, the shit, it was epic. It felt I felt like I was living in the World of Warcraft. It was awesome, guys. Why can't they have that for BFA? Why can't they do that? Instead of Legion, I would be perfectly okay for Blizzard to have completely, copy and pasted the Legion pre-patch into the BFA pre-patch. Except instead of Legion, it's just Horde and Alliance. Honestly, I really think they should have done that. Another thing that the Legion pre-patch had over BFA, there were unique rewards, like transmog from there. There was all the different transmog weapons you could get. There was the pet you could get, although it was easy. And even something small, like the fucking Dreadlords that you could get from the, and you could get the toy, what was it called? The Portable Fell Portable Fell Spreader. Small stuff like that made the Legion pre-patch probably the best, in my opinion. What do you got in the BFA pre-patch? You got some story. Don't forget it's fucking time-gated, by the way. Why has Blizzard got to time-gate everything? They have these awesome quests. Don't get me wrong. The story does have problems right now, but I think it'll, get better. They have these cool quests, and then you gotta fucking time-gate it. And then you gotta wait and wait and wait. I just don't like it. I don't like time-gating. Let people play the content, and if they get bored, whatever. Let them play their content. I lost topic. What was I talking before that? Oh, yes. So you do the quest, and after that, you got some world quest. That's it. What am I going to fucking do with world quest? Get some catch-up gear of my alts for like 4 pieces of gear? Even though the expansion's coming up anyways? It's useless. There's no unique rewards. The transmogs, even the transmogs you get from the wards, they're not unique. They're literally level 100 trial gear. That's what it is. They're not unique at all. All you have to do is make a level 100 class trial. You got the gear. You're done. Now, I do want to talk about one positive about all the Darkshore stuff, and it has to do with the new war mode. Holy fucking shit, I've never enjoyed World PvP before now. Turn war mode on, go to Darkshore, it's a fucking blast with the Horde Assass or Alliance Assass. You play that when you kill a player, or 10 players in a row without dying, you get the 50% damage increase. You could get a bounty on you, prevents you from flying, you get marked on the map. People will fucking swarm your ass, trust me. Honestly, I think that is the best part of the pre-patch right now, which is the World PvP. It is so much fucking fun. Like I said, guys, normally I don't enjoy World PvP that much. It's pretty much just a fucking gank fest. But goddamn, I'm having a blast doing World PvP in Darkshore right now in the pre-patch. To be honest though, guys, I can't even think of any other real major issues I have with the pre-patch. Overall, I think it is pretty lackluster, especially when you compare it to the Legion pre-patch. And at this point, guys, I think it's kind of too late to do anything about that. Now, there is actually one more thing I do want to talk about before I end the video, and that is about current tuning for Antorus and basically the final raid before a new expansion. Now, before I go into what I think about that, I do want to say just what I do for raiding. I'm in a fairly casual raiding mythic guild, not like top world 100 or 200 or anything like that. We're a casual raiding guild, right? We just want to try and get cutting edge. That's our goal, which we did get for Argus, by the way. Now, what do I think they should do with the pre-patch, or the raid in the pre-patch before the next expansion? Personally, I think they should nerf it pretty heavily, because there's those few guilds that were maybe like a few % off of killing Mythic Argus, or maybe guilds that were just down Mythic Agrimar before the pre-patch. Maybe they should nerf the raids, in my opinion, just to give those guilds that were close to killing the boss, or just got to Argus, for example, the chance to see the boss and see what it's like. The guilds that were fairly skilled enough to see it, or were close. That's just my opinion. Plus, I don't think anyone during the pre-patch, especially at that point, there's usually a ton of class changes. BFA, a few exceptions, not that many. I don't think anyone wants to fucking re-progress in a raid that they've been clearing. For me, that would feel fucking awful, and that's kind of what happened during this pre-patch until they just recently nerfed it. Guys, again, that's just my opinion. Who the fuck knows what the right decision is? Maybe it's not mine. But, that's just my opinion. I'm gonna put it out there. Deal with it. Anyways, guys, if you like this video and want to see more, please like, comment, subscribe, and remember, you're all fucking slices of lettuce. Thank you.